We shall see. Okay, we're going to be talking about chapter 5 today. All right, this chapter is really going to focus on triangles. Okay, and specifically, we're going to talk about triangle mid-segments. So go ahead and write this down. No. Ryan, put it away. When did I say that? We're going to start while you're on. Yeah.
Hey, next time he does this or this, Nikolai, can I put one?
No. He's not going to do it again.
Wakanda forever? Really? I love Chadwick Boseman. What can I say? I love Black Panther.
Maybe I'll sit you guys by each other in the seating arrangement, and you can solve your own thing.
So if me and Noah start running,
No, that's not gonna. Obviously, it's not gonna happen.
Put him on the list. Session. Get a list. Him and him on it. Do a list. I know what it is.
Okay. All right. How about we listen for once? You guys are my smallest class, and yet you're the most talkative class out of everyone. Okay. Colton, do you even know what I said? Okay, good. All right. All I need you guys to do is listen, and the more you listen, the more time you'll have to work on homework. Okay. At this point, we're not even gonna have time to work on homework. Why did it just do that? Okay, so when we have triangles, okay, what did we say that a triangle, the interior angles add up to equal? 180, okay? Now, when we talk about a triangle midsegment, okay, the midsegment is going to look just like this. So this is going to be the midsegment. Guess what? I don't care. But why don't you just listen to me? Because I am your teacher, so you should be listening to me. No. When we have a triangle midsegment, okay, this is going to be able to help us find the value, okay, when we're going to be talking about the midsegment, which is right here, all right? And whenever I say the third side, that third side is going to be this side, the side that is parallel, okay, to that midsegment, okay? So if I draw another triangle that's just like this, okay, the midsegment and the third side are going to be parallel, all right? Also the thing that tells us about midsegments, okay? The midsegment is going to be, it's going to have two endpoints, okay? And those two endpoints are going to be midpoints. So if these two endpoints are midpoints, that means that it's going to be directly in the middle. So these two sides are going to be congruent. Then these two sides are going to be congruent to each other. Okay? So if I said, let's say I put some letters here. If I say AE has a value of 8, what would ED be? It would also be 8 because E is the midpoint. So B and E are midpoints. Okay, and that's anytime we have a midsegment. Now, when we have the midsegment and the third side, okay, they're parallel. Now, let's say that the third side is just going to be represented by x, okay? Well, we can figure out the value of the midsegment if we have the value of x, okay? Because the midsegment is always half the value of the third side. It's always half the value. So just think of it as half of x. So if the third side had a value of 6, what would the midsegment be? It would be 3 because it's half the value. What if I said the midsegment was 5? What would the third side be? No. If the midsegment was 5, what's the third? It's 10, okay? Because you just times it by 2. So you're going to see some where we're given the midsegment. And if we're given the midsegment, we multiply by 2. If we're given the third side, the midsegment's half of that value. Okay, we'll do some examples and you'll see. No. Let's do this. Okay. BD, BF, and FD are midsegments. Okay. If they're midsegments, what does that tell us about B, F, and D, the points of those? What are B, F, and D, those points? No. The points. No. They're midpoints. Thank you, Quinn. They are midpoints. Okay. So, I need you to pay close attention. I am going to tell you, okay, AE equals 18. Let's say I want you to find the values of FE and BD. Now, let's look at this. If I have FE, okay, FE is this segment right here, all right? If the whole thing is 18 of AE, how am I going to find FE? It's just half, so FE is 9. All right, if AE is 18, what is my mid-segment going to be of BD? It's also going to be 9. Okay, pretty light. No, just, yeah. Find the below. So use BF and AB to find the rest right here. Find CE. Don't find BC yet. FD and AC. Find those 3 sides. CE, FD, and AC. I just came up with the numbers. Look at where it is. Just use what's the mid segments up here and the midpoints to help you. This is your given. So if BF is 3.5, what's the value of the whole side on the bottom? Yeah, you can do that. No, that'd be right.
Would it be right?
Thank you. All right, did you guys find the missing sides?
Only found C.
Found something about Give us one.
I know it is. I'm trying. It should load. No.
Not now.
All right, just 1 second. I don't know why it's not loading. All right, here we go. Now, I labeled that we're given, so use that to help you guys. And what does it mean for a mid segment? All right, and know where those midpoints are.
I know AC 9 or 8. I gave him that 3.5.
So don't let the multiple mid segments like hurt you. When I say, let's look at the first one, CE, that's going to be this whole value down here. Okay. Well, do we know the value of the mid segment? We do. The mid segment's BF. Okay, because these are parallel to each other. Okay, but that's the mid segment of with the third side. So if this is 3.5, what do we say about the mid segment? It's half of the third side. So if this is half, we just multiply it by 2. So what's CE? Or add it to itself. That's multiplying by 2. Okay, this one gave you AB. All right, let's find AC. How do I know what AC is? That's the whole length. No. Yeah. 4 plus 4, they're both going to be congruent. So it's 8. What is FD going to be? The mid segment of the third side. No. No. Why is it 4? What? If AC is 8, the mid segment's half the value. So this is 4. Okay. Now, if I had this same triangle, all right, and let's say this side was 3, this side was 2, this side was 4. What if I told you to find the perimeter of ABC, like of the whole triangle of ABC? Add them all together, but this is ABC. So if this mid segment's 3, what's the value of BC? What's the value of AC? 4. What was the value of AB? 8. So we add that together, and what would our perimeter be? 18. Because see how the mid segment's 2 right here? So this is half the value of this side. No. That's what it looks like. But it could end up being something like this. And you have those mid segments. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
And multiply it by 2. Yeah. All right. That's with sides. Now we have to focus here on angles. $96. You only got a couple minutes left. Now, let's pay attention to here. Okay. Now, we have this big triangle right here. All right, and I gave you the value of angle A, angle E, and angle C. Now, what if I said to find angle AFB? That's going to be this angle right here. It's not going to be 64. Now, when we have this, okay, we have our mid segments. Now, think of it in a way as, you see how we have the value of the big triangle and the angles? Think of the little triangle having the same exact values, okay? We need to find the angles that are corresponding, all right? Does corresponding, the word corresponding, ring a bell? Do you remember when we had this? And this angle and this angle were corresponding. Were they congruent or did they add up to equal 180? They were congruent. So the same thing is happening right here. If this angle is 36 down here, where you see my red dot, what would this one be right here? It's also 36. What would this angle be right here? It would also be 36. Now, well, it depends on where. If I said this angle, what's this angle right here? This is 64. What about this one? This one? And this one? 80. Okay, do you see the corresponding angles there? Okay. There's no need to multiply or divide by anything. Anytime we are working with angles, okay, do not multiply. Okay? That will go more with tomorrow. All right? Do not multiply. Angles are just equal to each other. Okay? So, I want you to do this one. R, S, T. Okay, I want you to find angles TUS, VWU, and RSW. Find those three angles. Just look for the corresponding angles. These angles. We'll focus on that middle letter. Yes, but there's multiple angles of view.
Okay, James, we get it.
Like legitimately.
It's focused on that middle letter, but with those angles, just think, see how this is T? You see how T's here? You see how this is T, this is U, and this is S. So you just go T, U, S. It's where that middle letter is.
Exactly.
All right. TUS. What do we get for the value of TUS? This angle right here. Or the one I marked.
81.
It's 81. Perfect. Okay. What about VWU? That's this angle. That's 66. What about RSW? That's going to be 33. Do we have any questions? Okay, this is the numeric ones. Tomorrow we will talk about algebraic. Okay, so I made today pretty easy. All right, I will give you the rest of time to work on homework. And I'm splitting up the algebraic and the numeric. 15 minutes.